It was the television soapie that changed the way Australian drama was made. Sons and Daughters was our answer to Dynasty and introduced an incredible cast which included the unforgettable character Pat the Rat. Tonight, Pat and all the rest of those familiar characters are together again to talk to self-confessed Sons and Daughters tragic Laura Sparks.
Oh, that'd make a nice little birthday present, wouldn't it?
We were
I'm amazed
slapping each other. It was all very Lederhausen, wasn't it?
Just shut up. Come on.
It was Australia's answer to Dynasty, a huge television hit in the 80s about power, money and love. Sons and Daughters was a ratings bonanza, a Logie Award-winning show.
It totally captured the 80s. It was opulent, it was about money, big hair, huge shoulder pads, feisty women and A-grade bitches.
Bitch! If I go under, so do you.
Its popularity soared as viewers turned on to watch the antics of Pat the Rat, the iconic bitch played by Rowena Wallace.
I was pregnant when I met you. They're not your children.
Rowena's portrayal earned her Logie after Logie. She was even the first female to win a gold Logie. But as the years progressed, the plot slipped into the melodramatic.
I want a whole new face.
The storylines and cliffhangers became increasingly bizarre, and after 6 years, it ended in 1987. But now, for the first time in 25 years, the cast of the hit TV show are back together again.
We two were once about.
They're all here. Patricia, played by Rowena Wallace, her daughter Angela was Ali Fowler. Angela's husband Rob was Noel Hodder. The scheming Barbara, played by Cornelia Francis. Her on-screen niece Amanda was Elise Platt. Patricia's on-again, off-again David was Tom Richards. His son Kevin, played by Stephen Comey. Kevin's young wife Lynn was Antonia Murphy, and Patricia's best friend Charlie, Sarah Kemp.
Our first reunion in 25 years. We haven't changed a bit.
But let's take it back a bit first.
How long is it? About 3 blocks long.
It took a super stretch limo to take the stars back out to where it all began.
Welcome to the Reid House.
Oh, thank you very much. It's been a long time.
This was the house David lived in and the scene of one of the most well-known cliffhangers. As the champagne flowed, the stories started emerging.
And what about behind the scenes? Was there anything interesting?
There was that going on as well, I think.
Was there any sort of little...
Well, I married the floor manager.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Hey, yes, Hamish.
That's right.
Are you still together?
No,
Oh,
no. He's happily married, has beautiful children. Hi, home. Peter Phelps went out with...
With anybody. No, I didn't mean that, Pete.
No, we love
It's very choosy.
Was there any other behind-the-scenes dalliances?
Oh, yes.
Care to divulge?
Once again, I must have just been dumb.
Anyway, no, it's great. I love her work. She's marvellous.
Rowena and Ali, remember, they played mother and daughter on screen, even flattered together in real life.
Do you remember at one point, I've just remembered this, we were both asked out by the same guy? Do you remember?
Yes, yeah. We were both asked out by the same guy, and we rejected him.
Ali Fowler was at the centre of the first real dramatic moment in the show, with her on-screen love interest, John, played by Peter Phelps.
You fell in love with your twin brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Your long-lost twin
Happens
brother.
all the time. I mean, it's just so odd. I sat them down and had a motherly chat.
I think the only motherly chat we
Don't
ever
think
had.
you can take this any further.
Angela has a brother. A twin brother. John.
And that was just the beginning of the convoluted family tree of sons and daughters.
Everybody married everybody else.
We didn't know who was related to who.
I've written my very own little genealogy here for everyone, just to remind everyone who was with who. Let me just get this right. Beryl and David married, and they had Kevin, and Kevin married Lynn, and then Patricia and David also married, and they had Angela, and Angela married Rob, and then Patricia married Gordon, but he's not here. Gordon then married Corny, and Elise was Amanda, who was Corny's niece.
I'll take your word for it. I'm...
Well, maybe I should just...
Toss it out. That's what the writers did.
So was everyone having affairs with everyone?
Yes, that's what you do in soapies. I mean, you know, hopping in and out of bed.
I remember my first scene, I think it was one of my first scenes, was with Peter Phelps, and it was a kissing scene, and we'd had lunch together, and he was eating tuna sandwiches with onion, and we hadn't done the scene. Went in, you know, as green as can be, and had to do this full-on kissing scene with Peter Phelps in our underwear, by the way. Yeah, as you do. And it was very embarrassing and really unfortunate on the breath.
It might have all ended a quarter of a century ago, but it's easy to see why Sons and Daughters was a ratings hit. The cast was very close, forming lifelong friendships.
We never have enough time to actually do a scene because we're always laughing and joking.
Rowie came to lunch one day when it was, well, I was long gone, and bought me the most beautiful bracelet. And this is for memory of Sons and Daughters, and I've still got it. It was beautiful. Little things that matter a great deal, and that's how we all work. We work very close.
And it seems the weekly parties also had a part in the bonding.
The CTR on Wednesday nights after taping the Cold Tinny Run, where someone would go out and get the tinnies and the pieces and whatever. And we would sometimes sit there till, what, 2 o'clock in the morning, wouldn't we?
Did you?
No point going home.
My farewell, we had like drinks and it was a party, and then Peter Phelps turned around and pulled his pants down, and across his bum was written "God bye," and Leela stupidly said, "You missed an O."
You may now kiss the bride.
At the height of its popularity, the show screened in 70 different countries.
What was it about Sons and Daughters that people loved so much?
They loved Pat the Rat. And what it is, I think that they really wished that they could do the things that she did and get away with it. Because no one ever hated her, you know, and it was just, oh, wouldn't it be nice to be that evil and still succeed?
I think in the 80s we just loved outrageous stories.
TV commentator Craig Bennett says the cast of Sons and Daughters was unusual in its closeness.
Hearing some of them talk about Wednesday night, what was it, Tinny night? I got a feeling maybe some of the plot lines were derived from their real-life antics.
Today, some of the cast are still acting, while others have completely left the industry. Stephen Comey is now head of exhibitions for the Sydney Royal Agricultural Show. Sarah is a university lecturer, and while Elise is still acting, she also runs her online designer clothes range. Antonia is now a casting director.
I think we should be proud of our work. What we did, even though there was a lot of silly parts in it, the first part of it was a really great show, and it affected a lot of people's lives, and I think we should be very proud of what we've done.
We will find out our sons and daughters are what we too were once about.
You can feed your addiction by watching 7-2 at 8:30 a.m. Monday to Friday. But if you can't wait until tomorrow morning, it's on tonight after midnight here on 7. 972 episodes were made. Incredible.